What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for a live starting 11 prediction for tomorrow's Scottish Cup tie against Raith Rovers at Celtic Park. This is the live format. You can ask your questions and put your comments in the live chat box below, and I'll try and pick out any good ones as I go through. I can see the chat tonight, by the way, unlike the first Twitter reaction the other night. So we come into this one off the back of that massive win at Pittodrie. Nice to get a wee break from league duty. It's been very demanding since we've come back. A great run of wins. The team are playing very well, but it's nice to get a wee break. Cup action and then the European game during the week as well. The team are playing brilliantly just now. There has been a few changes. If you think about the Motherwell game and then on to Aberdeen, there was a few changes in both of those games, so I would expect a few changes to the team for tomorrow. Raith Rovers are currently sitting fourth in the Scottish Championship. They've obviously been in the news quite a bit recently after they signed David Goodwillie, and there was a lot of fallout for that. But actually sitting in a good position in the Championship, and they've probably got aspirations of trying to at least make the playoffs at the end of the season. Obviously, we did face them on our way to winning the Betfred Cup earlier in the season. If you remember that game at Celtic Park, it was 3-0. Jota was on the score sheet that night. A pretty comfortable win for us. So I think tomorrow we'll be looking for the same again. It's vital for us to get into the next stage of this competition, but it's also a good tie for us at home. We don't seem to get very many ties at home in the Scottish Cup, so it's nice to have one at home, and hopefully it allows the manager to rest a few players, because we've got big games coming up, and we're just off the back of a run of 3 really big games in the league. So we'll get to the team for tomorrow. We'll start in goals. I don't think we'll see any changes in that area of the pitch. I think Joe Hart will keep his place. Recently in these cup games, I've thought Hart might get dropped, and rested, and Bain would come in, but it's never really happened on many occasions. So I think it will be Hart. At right back, I think we'll see Anthony Ralston start. Juranovic isn't going to take part in this one. Missed out during the week as well, obviously. Juranovic, I hope he's not out for too long, because obviously he's a top player and he's been really, really good recently. So I think we'll miss him, but Ralston can deputise, and we've seen that recently. At centre half, I think we'll see one change. I think Carter Vickers will keep his place. I think he was rested against Alloa in the last round, but in order to keep some continuity to the back four, I've went with Carter Vickers, and I think Jullien will start alongside him. Jullien, the manager's talked about him a lot recently, and he said that it's going to be hard for him to get back in. He'll just need to wait for his opportunity. There's been opportunities presented to a lot of players in the first half of the season that we might otherwise have thought would have been fringe players or on the periphery, but they've been involved due to suspensions, injuries, players away on international duty, all that kind of stuff. Just now we're in a good position in the squad, so it's going to be really hard for Jullien to get minutes. I think Starfelt and Carter Vickers, as we've talked about, have built a really good partnership, but I think tomorrow is a great opportunity. It's at home. I think I went for Jullien to start in the Alloa game, but that was on a plastic pitch. He wasn't involved there. Tomorrow's as good an opportunity as he's going to get some minutes, so I'm going to go with him to start alongside Carter Vickers. At left back, I think it'll be Liam Scales. Good opportunity again to vest Greg Taylor, who's been brilliant in recent games, to be fair. Motherwell and the Rangers game, obviously the standouts for him, but I think a good opportunity to give him a rest, give Scales some more minutes. I think Scales has done okay in a few of the cup games this season. Struggled once or twice recently. I think he started that game against Dundee United and really struggled in the first half. But a good game for him to come in tomorrow and get more minutes under his belt. I think Callum McGregor will be rested as well. So I think Beaton will deputise in midfield. Again, McGregor obviously just nursing this injury and playing really well with the mask on. But again, I think tomorrow's a good opportunity to rest him. If you think that he picked up that injury at Alloa in the last round, I think we should be able to navigate this game without him. Put Beaton in, a lot of experience. He might even captain the team. We'll see as we go through, but I think he's probably likely captain this team that I'm guessing the manager's going to pick. So I think it would Beaton ahead of him. I think Hatate will keep his place, and I think O'Reilly will play alongside him. O'Reilly obviously started against Aberdeen on Wednesday, and he was brilliant again, particularly in that first half. Looks an absolute bargain for us at $1.5 million. could see Vogic come back into this game. We could. I think it's a toss-up between O'Reilly and Vogic. They could play together, I suppose, if the manager wants to give Hatate a break. But I think because we've heard the phrase a few times that this is like pre-season for Hatate because he's just finished the Japan season towards the end of last year. So this is him getting up to speed. Again, I think this is maybe a good game to give him 50, 60 minutes and then bring someone else on. But that's what I think the midfield will be tomorrow. On the right-hand side, I expect Abada to keep his place. We might see James Forrest come in, but I just think with the number of changes that I've went for here, Abada is one who's in good form, and I think we should keep him in the team because he's given his great energy and he's given his goals. You'll see with the last two positions that I've picked for tomorrow, goals haven't been in abundance from the last two players. So Abada, I think, will play tomorrow. As I say, Forrest hasn't looked at his sharpest in recent weeks when he's come on. And again, you could argue this is a game for Forrest to come in and get more minutes, but I just think Abada's in such good form just now, and you want to keep some form of continuity. I don't think the manager will change the whole team, and I think Abada's one that just keeps his position based on recent form. On the left-hand side, I expect Jota to get a rest. I think Maeda will play off the left-hand side. I think at Yokohama, he played off the left-hand side a lot, scored a lot of goals for that position. Bit of debate the other night about his performance in front of goal. Obviously, he was poor when it came to the final chance, but I thought his work rate was brilliant. He made some excellent runs. I don't think there's any need to be over-analysing his performance the other night. I think there's no doubt he'll come good, and I think a run of games is going to help him, which is why I've went for him on the left-hand side here tomorrow. Hopefully he can get on the score sheet. That'll do his confidence the world of good. And as I say, it's a good game to rest Jota. The manager's been quite selective with how he's used Jota in recent weeks. You think even back to last weekend at Motherwell, he started on the bench in that game. So again, a good opportunity to nurse him and give him a rest and keep him for the big European game during the week. And leading the line, I've went for Giakoumakis, scored in the last round against Alloa. He's put some good shifts in, but I do think he needs to add some goals. I think that will do his confidence the world of good. I know that the way he's playing and the work he's putting in, the runs he's making, the work he's doing without the ball when we're defending, is helping the players round about him, particularly the wide players, and tireless work that whoever's playing centre forward, the tireless work they do makes the space for the wide players, and that's why we've seen some great performances and a lot of goals from wide areas recently. But I think Giakoumakis, if he's going to come back in to start tomorrow, again, a great opportunity for him to try and get on the score sheet. Goals do confidence the world of good, particularly for a striker, and I think tomorrow's a great opportunity for him to get on the score sheet at Celtic Park. I think home games he's actually struggled in. Giakoumakis so far, we know all about the bad performances in the first half of the season, but I think Dundee United, they struggled. He had a good performance away at Tynecastle. He was decent against Rangers, to be fair. I know I'm not forgetting that. But then I think he looks more suited to the away games sometimes. So a good opportunity for him to get on the score sheet tomorrow at Celtic Park. As ever with these games, we can't underestimate them. The team have got to turn up and put in a good level of performance. But if we do, I expect us to get a comfortable win and to take us through to the next round, and then we can focus on that European tie against Bodo Glimt on Thursday. So there you go. That's the team I think the manager will go with for tomorrow. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you tomorrow at Celtic Park for all of the full-time reaction. Cheers.